Let's move on to my nickname in high school.
What was your nickname in high school, Isaiah? What was your nickname in high school? Let's give him a second, ladies and gentlemen. I want to hear this.
Let's move on to my nickname in high school, the Smashing Machine. Dude, I thought about that transition once we pressed film, and I was like, I'm going to save it. I'm going to save it. I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it. I had to say it, and I butchered it so hard. I shouldn't have laughed. I wish I just said it and moved on. Yeah, let's move on to my nickname in high school, the Smashing Machine. By the way, it wasn't actually my nickname in high school.
Oh, dang it. I was really...
No, it wasn't actually my nickname in high school, dude.
No!
But let's move on to my self-proclaimed nickname in high school, the Smashing Machine. Phil, you watched it. I'm actually watching it tonight. We film on Wednesdays. Mm-hmm. I'm watching it literally in an hour and a half.
All right.
Yeah, watching it in an hour and a half. So, Phil, sell me on this movie. Should I be excited for the Smashing Machine? I want to hear your number score. I want to hear what you thought. Top-level thoughts. No spoilers.
Got you. The funniest thing about it when I was watching the Smashing Machine was I remember you and Anthony when we were filming for Run the Play Network talking about how you love, and even today you were talking about how you love the Iron Claw. How you love it, how you love it, how you love it.
Have you ever seen it?
Yeah, I love the Iron Claw. I think I saw it before.
Tyler, have you ever seen the Iron Claw?
I don't think he has.
Oh, the wrestling movie?
Yeah. Oh, never mind. Yeah, the Iron Claw. I love that movie, and the whole time I was watching, I was just thinking, like, I know you guys are probably going to appreciate it. I think Anthony's probably going to appreciate this because it has to do with history, man. This movie, The Smashing Machine, has to do with the history of the UFC.
Yeah, it's about Mark Kerr.
Yeah. I did not know. I still kind of don't. No, I'm just playing. I know who Mark Kerr is now. I know. But the movie wasn't mainly about, like, to me, what grabbed my attention wasn't the Mark Kerr story. It was Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson in this movie, and when you watch it, I really want you to pay attention to what Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is doing in this role and how he is acting, because he killed it, in my opinion. Like, the way he really does not seem like The Rock in this movie. Like, yeah, the physique is there and everything, but when you are seeing him, when you are hearing him talk, and when you are seeing him in motion, he is not The Rock. He is a whole different person, and it was unbelievably impressive. Like there were so many times when you're waiting for the moment where it's just gonna be like, yeah, everybody's saying he's a whole different person, but watch this, he's gonna go do something like rock worthy, and it's no. There were a lot of times in this movie where you're just like, bro, who are you? Like, who are you? Like, you are not Dwayne Johnson. This isn't you. I'm not gonna believe this. There were so many times in theater I was just to clarify, I was the only person in the theater.
Nice.
The only one, but I enjoyed that. But I'm just sitting there, I'm like, bro, you weren't kidding. You really can reach a whole nother level of, like, acting, and I respect it. Like, if he's gonna do more types of roles like this, I'm not gonna be mad at him for it, even though it may be a flop or not. But it was still, I think it was a good movie. I think it was a pretty good movie.
You give it
I gave it a 7, but it was because, like, this is a biopic, and just out of respect to the person, Mark Kerr, I don't know what was true and what was going on, but in the main plot, it was pretty, like, standard. It was pretty just going through, watching everything. Didn't feel like crazy stakes compared to the other biopics I've seen in the past. But, like, with this movie, Emily Blunt and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson were still, like, unbelievable. Mm-hmm. Like, the chemistry was there. The incidents that they get into in the movie, unbelievable. And, like, how they handle it and how they talk through it is just like, wow, what the heck? Like, I know you guys really worked hard to get, like either mannerisms or even, like, what situation was playing out. You really talk to each other on, like, what type of emotion you want to convey and, like, how extreme you want to get with it. Mm-hmm. And I totally respect that. But it was a pretty good movie. I'm going to give it that. It's not my favorite of the year, but I really just want to highlight the acting in this movie because that was the most important thing I was looking at, and they accomplished it.
I think that was the most thing I was curious about this movie. I don't know if I've said it on the podcast. I probably have.
Yeah.
I've gone on record. I don't like The Rock. I don't like Dwayne Johnson that much. I think he's a little too egotistical. I think he limits himself by being all about money and blockbuster hits, whatever. And look, no shame. Get your bag, whatever. Whatever. But I do think he holds himself back by not really caring about this medium as much as I feel like the medium wants to care about him.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is like, I feel like everyone's giving him opportunities, and him only going for the big money opportunities always felt so just like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You know, he should be trying to make something that's like art, you know? And what made me so excited about him doing an A24 like wrestling movie or a UFC movie is that felt very much like, okay, something he can do that would work, but like, does he have the emotional chops that I think would make me interested in this movie? And from what I'm hearing from you, and I'm hearing from a lot of people, is that's the case. I still think I want to see him in something that's different though, because I think he can play a wrestler. He's played a wrestler for years.
Yeah.
For multiple decades now. Like, he's played a wrestler. So I think no matter how I feel about this movie, I think I'll like it. I actually think I'll really like this movie. And I think I'll actually go in appreciating The Rock a little bit more for what I think he's trying to do. But he is saying like, oh yo, like I realized like I should care less about blockbusters and I should do this. Look, man, that's all talk. I want to see you actually do things. You know, you can talk all you want, but I need to see you in more movies like this then. You know, less Jumanjis, which you're going to get your Jumanjis. You're going to get your Fast and Furious. I'm aware of that. That's fine. Do your thing. Again, get your bag.
Yeah.
But I don't want to see anything ever like the Black Adam situation ever again. Never again. I literally never want to see anything like that ever again, because that was it for me, where I was like, I don't like you. What is wrong with you? Like, look at John Cena. Sorry, I love John Cena so much, but like, look at John Cena, because The Rock just never had that, I feel like, respect for the medium and the humbleness to really deliver a performance that was going to be compelling. How many before this movie? How many of The Rock movies were you walking out and you're like, dude, you know, The Rock, he really killed that?
The Game Plan.
All right, you got me. I guess you named one. But needless to say, regardless, out of all his portfolio, like I doubt there's a whole lot, you know? And I think, obviously, John Cena doesn't have that many either. John Cena also hasn't been in really anything, you know? Like, John Cena has Peacemaker, and...
My bad, I was going to say a joke. It's okay.
You can't see him. You can't see him in anything, you know?
Not that one.
Oh. But I just, like, he doesn't have a lot to compare to, but I think John Cena just has so much more potential because when he is in things, it's like, oh, he really is giving himself to this. The Rock plays The Rock in every movie he's in. John Cena was playing a character in Peacemaker, you know? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And I think that's where I want The Rock to finally realize, like, I don't want him to play himself. I want him to play someone else.
Yeah, almost like how Dave Bautista and John Cena
Yes,
are
Dave
both
Bautista,
doing.
I think, is a great example, too. And, like, funny enough, I don't even, like, put Dave Bautista on the same level anymore, because I'm like, oh, that man's literally just an actor. You know, like, that's, I feel like it's so obvious. I always think of, like, Knock at the Cabin. Not a great movie, but his performance is, like, the performance in that movie. He kills it. Him in Knives Out 2 is so funny and so good and so out of character. Even his, like, little bits in Blade Runner 2049, which I think was, like, actually, I might be wrong, one of his first things he did.
Outside the MCU.
Yeah. Outside the MCU.
And yeah, I didn't even think about the MCU. Yeah, and him as Drax is so funny. You know, he just kills it. And I want so much. I want that for The Rock. But it's hard for me to like be like, dude, come on, man, just stop being the way you are sometimes. You know, like, you could be a great, but you're just holding yourself back by only caring about the bag. Yeah. So I'm excited to hear that he did great. I'm so excited to watch it. But I really hope he actually commits to what he was saying.
Yeah. One thing I do want to say about this movie, too, is, like, respect to Mark Kerr and respect to all of the other UFC fighters at this time who, like, pioneered the UFC. But I do think that, like, it suffered from, like, the time period that it was showcasing. And I think it would have done a little better if you were in a different time period.
What year?
Like, I think this was 1995 or 1999. But, like, I think you should have done, like, a movie where if the main goal is to highlight the UFC and, like, maybe, like, get more, like, excitement there, maybe let me talk about, like, a highlight of the UFC, I feel like you should have just done another time zone of, like, when the UFC really was, like, popping off, whether it was, like, the first name that comes to mind, Brock Lesnar. Because I'm thinking, like, a lot of people knew about Brock Lesnar and, like...
Can't do a Brock Lesnar movie.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, nah. But,
dude,
like...
dude, you can't do a Brock Lesnar movie.
Gotcha.
That man sucks. He's an awful person.
Never mind. I don't know too much about him.
Awful human being.
I was just talking about like what.
But
came
I
to
understand
mind
what you're
first.
saying.
But like
yeah.
maybe just
like
the
Conor
different,
McGregor.
Yeah, like something like that.
Yeah.
Like whatever time was like really the height of just the UFC. Like the height where it's like you have all these names where people are like, oh, and then you have these crazy fights and you have these people train for it. But like that's all I just wanted to say real quick.
Yeah.
Because I don't think that the movie's suffering because of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's performance or even like the performance of the story. I think it's just like what they
It's
chose.
like not interesting to like see. It's like the
not
time
crazy.
Yeah.
But I still like the acting was very good in this movie. Very good.
I'm excited to watch it. I actually can't wait. I'm genuinely, dude, like once we're done here, I'm like pretty excited to get my popcorn and just sit back and watch it.
Best feeling in the world, man.
Yeah, dude, genuinely. Hey,
Best feeling in the world.
6.5 hours later.
All right, guys. So I just got out of the Smashing Machine. Like we talked about on the podcast. We talked about it on the podcast, and then I immediately left to go watch the Smashing Machine. So here's my review. I thought it was pretty good. It wasn't the best. I think I'm around a 7 out of 10. I'd say I'm probably going to give it a 7 out of 10. I really enjoyed how it was shot. It really felt like a documentary, you know, with like the moving camera angle, the super shaky camera, them like recording mirrors to make it seem like it's like a mockumentary style thing. I really liked it a lot, actually. I think where the movie fell short for me was it just didn't feel like it didn't know what kind of movie it wanted to be. Like it was stuck in this weird place where it was like about his struggles, about his relationship, and then about his UFC fighting. And I felt like it never honed in on one of those three things, and instead kind of just felt like a little like awkward like mix of the three, where none of them really fully completely felt fleshed out. And that's obviously it's a person's life, so it's like that's a different conversation. But I just kind of wish they had more maybe focused on his personal struggles, or maybe more focused on his relationship, or you know, went all in on the UFC stuff. And it kind of just felt like it never committed to anything, leaving me to the ending where I just kind of felt like I didn't know what to take away from it. I definitely have an idea, and I'm gonna do a full thing on the podcast, but that's kind of where I'm at it with it. You know what's funny is The Rock is so good in this. This is probably like his best acting performance, but best movie he's been in, Fast and Furious 5. So like, let's see if he can make something better. But I respect him for doing this, and I kind of want to see more of him like this, because he kills it. He did such a good job. And I can't really see more for his career as like a serious actor. So yeah, that's my review of Smashing Machine, 7 out of 10. See you guys on the next one.